Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Alex Walker and I am here with another haircutting tutorial. This week we are focusing on long layering. Simple, easy, effective techniques to make your layering and haircutting easier in your salons. I have taken a section from the top of the head to just behind the ear on both sides. Then we have a central section in the back where we're going to start our haircut, and then, as we say, repeated on the opposite side. So separate the hair into 4 quadrants with one single section 2 to 3 centimeters in width in the back of the head. This is where we will begin our layering. When beginning my layered haircut, the first decision I have to make is based on the length I want my layering to be. I begin by taking a section at the top of the head. I am establishing based on where this hair sits naturally, where the hair falls, and also the natural texture of the hair, where I want this length to be. What I'm going to do here is aim to give the haircut movement, texture, and softness whilst maintaining some length. So the length of my layering is going to be based on the hair condition, creating shape, creating movement, but also whilst maintaining the length on the perimeter. Now my guideline has been established, I'm going to use a small piece of the central section, holding the hair between my fingers, combing up, working out from the head shape and cutting to my guideline. This is going to give me an initial round shape with my layering before elevating and lifting the subsequent sections to maintain the length in the perimeter. The more I lift the hair here at this point, the longer this will be and the less layering there will be towards the outline. If I wanted the hair to have more layering towards the perimeter, I would continue to bring it out from the head as I work down. In order to make it easier in the nape of the neck, I can tilt the head forward slightly, moving the sections of hair away that have been already cut, then combing this hair, lifting as we comb and connecting to the guideline. I'm now going to pivot around the head, taking segment type sections, using the central and crown area as my guide, moving around the head as I work to ensure I bring the hair out from the head to maintain a consistent length throughout. I now use an initial part of section 1, comb towards section 2, coming up around from the head and cutting to the guide. Once cut, I remove the top part of the section, and the bottom part I comb upwards towards my guideline, cutting any excess lengths. Repeating on section number 3, combing the hair out from the head, cutting the hair to the guideline, removing the top part of the section, and then elevating the hair at the bottom towards the guide to maintain length on the perimeter. I'm now repeating the process on the left hand side of the head, making sure that my body position is consistent, and after my initial section, I'm going to move my body around with each section that I cut in order to bring the hair directly out from the head as opposed to over directing backwards. I move my body around as previously stated to make sure this hair comes directly out from the head on the section I'm cutting, combing the hair up, cutting to the guide. At the bottom part of the section, I'm elevating this hair up towards the previous guideline and removing any unwanted lengths. Now the back is complete, I've taken a section that runs vertically from top to bottom, and this is a combination of the back section, which will be my guideline, and the front section, which will be the new section of hair. As I work towards the front of the haircut, I have two choices. I can either bring the hair directly out from the head, as I have been doing in the back, or alternatively I can over direct the hair backwards, which will maintain more length and weight around the front hairline. If you have a client with finer hair, the over direction can be incredibly helpful. Alternatively, if the hair is thick and coarse and you want to remove more hair and layer the hair more, you can continue working directly out from the head as you move forward. In this scenario, I am going to choose to over direct just back to the previous section to maintain some length around the finer front hairline. As the size of my section is smaller in the front due to the distance between the top and the hairline, I'm able to comb all of the hair in one go because I'm lifting the bottom part of the section, which is my outline and perimeter, towards my guide, combing the hair up and cutting the hair. Once complete, I remove the guideline I used from the back of the head, take a new section in the front and continue to work in the same pattern, combing the hair upwards towards the guide and over directing it back towards the previous section, maintaining excess length in the front hairline. From the side angle, you can now see the over direction backwards. The hair from my guide is coming straight out. The hair from my new section is traveling backwards towards the guideline, elevating up and cutting the hair, and then repeating the process all the way in to the very front of the hairline. I now begin working on the right hand side of the head, repeating the same process. I have the head slightly tilted over to the left, which enables me to keep my body and back straight, maintaining good posture throughout cutting each section of hair. Still elevating the lower part of the section upwards to maintain length towards the perimeter and the outline of my haircut. Once complete, I am working my way into the front hairline as we did on the left hand side of the head, repeating the process for each subsequent section. Once complete, I'm cross-checking my shape by both pulling down and out from the head at exactly the same point on each side, and I can also cross-check by taking a section across the center of my haircut, combing the hair up and checking the balance of each of the sides. Now my layering is complete, I'm going to comb the hair down, make a decision on the overall length I'd like to create, no elevation, keeping my fingers flat and cutting my line. I'm going to stand at the back of the head whilst combing each of these sections down until I get to the ears, when I will reposition the head and stand on the side of my haircut. The head is tilted slightly forward to maintain a clean line, and then when the client lifts their head, the line will be nice and square as opposed to losing any length on the corners of my haircut. Once the back is finished, I move my body around to the side, ensuring the chin is in an upright position, combing the hair down and connecting the lengths in the front of the haircut. Now I've completed my layering and my baseline length, I'm going to just connect the layered sections to the outline in the front hairline. There are two ways in which I can do this, and I'm going to explain both of these methods for you and the pros and cons of each. If I wanted to maintain weight and heaviness in my shape in the front hairline, I would take a diagonal section from front to back. I would comb the hair forward, making sure I had the area of hair in the front hairline. Then I would comb this hair down and create my shape with no elevation and no lift, to keep the shape heavier and fuller, which works much better on finer hair. I would use the shortest point here to connect to, creating a shorter shape towards the face and maintaining my longer length towards the perimeter. Alternatively, if I want to create my shape and give the hair lightness and movement, I would use elevation. I would use the same sectioning, but I would comb the hair up in this way using elevation, starting with the longest area of length, which is the perimeter, combing this hair up and cutting in my shape here, working the haircut from long to short. I'm now going to show you the same process on the left hand side of the head from a different angle to make it easier for you guys to see. I'm combing the hair up from the bottom, and I have two guidelines, one on the external length and one on my internal length, and I'm going to work from out to in, connecting the guidelines together, creating my shape around the face that will be weightless, giving the hair volume and body, making it much easier for my client to style. Now my haircut is complete, I'm going to blow dry the hair smooth and sleek, finishing by straightening with the irons to check my haircut and show you some of our personalizing and texturizing techniques. There is very little weight to be removed within this haircut, but if there was, you need to take your sections in the same way you layered the haircut initially, comb the hair out from the head in the same way, and you can point cut this line to create some space, giving the hair movement and softness, allowing your layers to have more flow. Should you still need to strengthen the outline of your haircut when the hair is dry, we can comb the hair down, either allow it to sit in the comb or hold it between our fingers and sharpen the outline. On the mannequin head, you will see that there needs to be a little bit more refining. On a person, there will be more strength within the outline of the shape. This will give you a really nice, sharp, clean finish to your haircut. Here you can see our finished look. The parting is in the center, but the hair can be moved left and right, giving your client flexibility, enabling them to throw the hair around either side, giving it movement, softness, and a really lovely fluidity, giving your client lots of different ways they can wear their hair on a daily basis.